Hello, my name is Esther Mavis, and welcome to the 5 Star Show. What is whistleblowing? I know you and I are thinking the same thing, just this, and you are done. But I want to tell you one thing tonight. Whistleblowing is not just an act, it's a whole construct altogether. That's why we are here tonight, to delve into the issue and then bring out the points that define what whistleblowing is. I have here with me my panel. I have here with me Veronica, Priscilla, Esinam Ruth, Princess and Edmund. They are here tonight to help us unravel the whole mystery of whistleblowing. So first, I would like to ask Princess, what is whistleblowing in its entirety?
Thank you for the question. Well, when we speak about whistleblowing, it's simply unveiling or unraveling something wrong that is going on in your organization. It's immoral and it's legal, and you think it needs to come out to the public, but you don't know how to go about it. So you hiding to do it is called whistleblowing.
Thank you for that. So I would like to know more about this whistleblowing, and then I would just try to say that to a layman can just understand what you said, but then to delve deeper so that when they hear this, they would know what exactly we are talking about. Yeah, I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong, but then let's get into the matter very much. So Edmund, like the whistleblowing, you saw me whistling right now, but a layman wouldn't understand what I just did. So can you please give me much gusto about whistleblowing?
Thank you for your question. Whistleblowing, the act of whistleblowing basically is when an individual becomes aware of a significant wrongdoing within an organization, that he deems it right that he needs to draw the public attention to the act in order to safeguard the public. So the act is what we term as whistleblowing.
Okay, that's a good one. So, Priscilla, can you give me an example of whistleblowing in an organization?
Okay, so before I chip in that, I want to say that you doing the act in secrecy, not in front of everybody,
okay,
that makes it whistleblowing.
Okay.
Because you are not going to inform the public, but just an individual, that you have the trust in the person that this person can be able to help solve this wrongdoing.
Okay.
Yes, that's why we term it as whistleblowing. So an example could be a factory worker who has observed that harmful waste has been or is always dumped at a waterway which people use all the time. Bear in mind that this waterway, the public use it, and also bear in mind that the whistleblower is in the interest of the public.
Okay.
So the individual is doing it in the interest of the public. So if I go to tell my boss that, oh, boss, I've noticed that this harmful waste would cause harm to these people in this community, why don't we work on that? But my boss has not been doing anything about it. Well, I feel I am concerned about the public. I want to do the right thing. So what do? I go to the environmental agency to report on that. Yes, my job is at stake and my personal life is also at stake as well. So yes, this is an example of a whistleblower.
Now that's a very insightful one. I really love that. So Veronica, can you also give us another example of whistleblowing?
Yes, and then I want to add up to the definition of the whistleblowing.
Okay, that's good.
From what I read, I also think that whistleblowing is not only somebody in an organization reporting something to or wrongdoing to an authority or to somebody they trust, but then it could be somebody outside the organization who has found something bad or disturbing, yes, and then report it to authorities. So I think it's not always people in the working space.
Yeah, so it's something like if you see something, say something.
Just if you don't say it, you are putting other people in harm's way. Yeah.
So we are just being each other's keeper.
Yes.
And then I have a personal example. When I was in my national service, and there's this caller who called and said that he has noticed there's this huge building in his area, and then there's no signpost, there's nothing to indicate what they do there, but then all the time they see that cars go in and then come out, but they don't know what they're taking in and what they're bringing out.
Okay.
So we called to inform us to, come and investigate and do something about it. So that was an example of research.
Yes, he came as a mysterious person. He doesn't want his name to go out to the public. Yeah.
My name
shouldn't go out.
So that's one thing.
You can mention your name, but you tell the person, I want this to be in confidentiality.
Yes, so that's one thing. The whistleblower wants to be anonymous, because when you bring the person out into the public eye, the person's life is in danger. Yeah. So we are trying to establish that whistleblowing is an ethical dilemma. So Ruth, why do you think that whistleblowing is an ethical dilemma?
So I think it's an ethical dilemma because it's both ethical. You are trying to be honest and be transparent to your public, and we also learned that whatever you do, it should be in the
Interest of the public.
So in as much as you are working for an organization, you have to have your public at as long. So what do you have to do to protect the reputation of the public? So I think with that, you just have to be transparent and go in the interest of the public.
Yes.
And then no pay loyalty.
Yes. So Princess has something to say.
Yes. So I wanted to add up when Veronica was talking. The guy who called said something that was so to add up to what Veronica said. There is a quote made by a journalist who is also a social political activist. So she said, "The truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off." The gentleman calling your office to report the case said the truth and felt liberated, free. Like, this thing has been going on in my neighborhood for some time, and I need to voice it out. I need to voice it out and be free. To me, it's not good. So I need to bring it out.
And it's killing him deep down.
Yes. And looking at the other side, first it will piss you off. So you see, this thing is so wrong. It needs to be said.
Yes.
Something needs to be done. Who can I talk to? It is pissing you off such that I need to bring it out. So I wanted to add up to what she said.
So earlier I asked a question that we know that whistleblowing is an ethical dilemma, but then we would like to establish that, don't you think that whistleblowing can also be an ethical issue?
Yes, whistleblow can be an ethical issue, because ethical issue is a straight cut, yes or no, or right or wrong. I know that what these people are doing is wrong, and I'm human. I have conscience. I have people's interest at heart, so I want to voice it out to be free. But then again, you will think that because I work for this organization, what if what I say would land me jobless? What if people start backbiting and calling me names? How would I feel? Because human beings, what people say sometimes, we try to give tough skin and all that, but it really gets to you. You go to the office and people are like, look at her, she was the one that... No. You wouldn't feel okay. But you also want to speak the truth. So you would also have all those things in mind. But you just have to know that whistleblowing being an ethical issue, this thing I am coming to say, it's the right thing to say. So basically, whistleblow can be an ethical issue as well. I don't know if my
question is it that whistleblowers always say what is the truth? I mean, they always say the
Maybe
truth. Probably some of them could come up with their stories. Probably I work with you in the same organization and I really do not like you, and then I go to our boss and tell him that, oh, I see Priscilla, having an affair with somebody in the office and all that. So is it always that whistleblowers tell the truth?
But you should know that you should have the facts. You should have the facts before, before you go and tell your boss that.
As the whistleblower, you also have to provide evidence.
Yes.
So why do you think we have to believe you?
Yes.
So this is it. This is a video. Maybe this is an audio. This is a picture.
This is a document.
So you have that trust in me that this is what I actually saw, and that is why I'm reporting to it.
Present us with facts, and then per what I read before I came, I'm the host. I can't just walk in here without doing anything, any research. Per what I read is that so initially the whistleblower is going to like go through all the steps, like all the managerial roles, and be like, "Sir, my teammate is extorting money from the company. Sir doesn't mind you. You go to the next manager, he doesn't mind you. You go to the next one, he doesn't mind you. You get so pissed, just like Princess says, because he is literally cheating the whole company. So you go straight up to the CEO. CEO, this is what I saw and saw and saw. Please don't tell them that it's mine. It's me that did it too. And you are gone."
But don't you think that if you tell the CEO, you should also bear in mind that you've told the manager, you've told this person, you've told this person, and if they hear it from the CEO, by all means, their mind.
Yes, so that's why that's why I have to confide in the CEO that he has to keep me anonymous.
CEO, and then the CEO gets to tell the manager
Exactly.
this is the issue at hand. They'll definitely know
It's you.
So it should
Because
be
I don't
some
know
kind of
until
like confidentiality
Yes.
between the CEO and the whistleblower. Hey, this is what is going on in the company. I don't want you to reveal me. And I don't
Yeah.
want you to tell anybody that.
So
I think the whistleblower should also go straight to the sources. Don't go through the manager. Who knows? The manager could also pass back and go and tell the rest. This is the person that said
could be
it.
working with the person
Exactly.
behind the door.
Yes, but then
the person you're going to tell.
But then, per the definition, you've done all the things that you could do and you've exhausted all your options. That's when you go anonymous. So the thing is, I would like to say that when the whistleblower comes to you and you also do your background checks and then you find out that the person is doing the wrong thing, you don't just go out there and just say that this is what I found. No. Present them with facts as if you are the one who also found out. Do you understand? Although it's from an anonymous source, you're also bringing it out so that you won't implicate the person, as in the whistleblower who went through all the managerial roles to report. Source, yeah. That's it. Yeah.
But in my own opinion, I think that as a whistleblower, even telling the manager or something, the manager maybe that's not his own company per se. So maybe what you are saying, he's not even going to treat it with much urgency.
And that's the thing.
Go to the owner of the business and tell the person the issue. So I think with that it works faster.
Yeah.
And wait, let's look at it this way. If the owner of the business is the one doing the wrong in the company,
Yes.
how do you go about it?
Yes.
Talking so far is about the employee.
The employee, yes. So what if it's the manager? Yeah. Himself. So what do we do?
I said in my earlier submission, the example I gave first, where a factory, they dispose their harmful
Waste products in the.
So if you know that the CEO is also aware of this and he doesn't, or he's not taking in
the steps, yeah.
Exactly. So you can go to the environmental agency. They are outside, they are not inside.
So with what you are saying, you should look for somebody who is in connection to the business or the company.
Yes.
Or the wrongdoing.
An authority who is closer to the business.
No, more like an authority that can curb the wrongdoing. So with the waste products, she's saying that you go to the environmental agency. The environmental agency can come, question them, and after questioning them, they give out steps like solutions that they should take and even find them because they are destroying our ecosystem.
Exactly.
What I will also add is that in order for the whistleblower to go external, he or she might have exhausted all the internal
That's true. That's true.
mechanism, and he didn't get the issue resolved before he will be left with no other choice than to go external, which is either going to the media to report the wrongdoings to have it rectified or not. So we have sometimes they have to go to the media or even government agency. Yes,
Sometimes it goes to the media.
or even the government agency.
Just as Anastas, we don't know who Anas is. We
Yes.
just hear Anas.
Yeah.
So it's more or less like a watchdog.
Yes.
Yeah.
With the media, they are watchdogs for the public. So if something is going wrong in your
Yes.
organization, you tell the media and they bring it out. And the media might delve deeper into it such that your organization will take care and even put a stop or work on the wrongdoing that is going on.
Yes.
They know that it's out there.
Yes.
People, our reputation is at
At
stake.
stake,
Now
yes.
we have to do the right thing. Yeah.
So, another question. When does whistleblowing become necessary? Should it always be the case that you should go ahead and whistleblow? Because when you whistleblow, definitely your job is at stake when they find out that you're the one, honestly. And there are lots of cases where when they find out that you're the one, you are out of the game. So is it always the case that you should whistleblow or you should... I just wish we can actually take up the solutions on ourselves and then like just do the like bring out the solutions, but we can't do it. So is it always a case that we should whistleblow? Is it really necessary?
Well, when we look at the side of a public relations practitioner,
Okay.
you owe loyalty to yourself, the
Organization, the profession.
the profession.
Yes.
Yes.
So whistleblow, you are working for the organization. It's not like it's yours. There's something going on wrong in there. If you lose your job here, if you move out with a good reputation, you definitely get a job somewhere.
Okay.
So I'll say you should stand up for the truth. It's difficult, but your image is at stake. Yeah. Reputation speaks in loud voices wherever you go.
Is it Manasseh?
Okay.
Yeah, you know he left his previous media house
Multimedia.
because
Multimedia because of
yes,
issues
because of an issue and then
Did he whistleblow?
No,
Yes,
because of the
The
sort of
investigative
investigative works he has been doing,
and they were not happy.
which pose great danger to his work.
I think-
That made him to step down.
I think to the
Yes.
work and then to the organization as well.
But
Yes,
then-
the work and the organization.
But then if we find out that he's the one that did it, is that still whistleblowing? Because
The acting.
yes, like we found out that it's Manasseh that did it. Does that make him a whistleblower? Because the identity of the whistleblower must be anonymous. Yeah?
In certain cases, the identity is revealed.
Yes,
Yes, it's not all cases that the whistleblower goes anonymous. In certain cases, they
They bring out their faces to the
but
world.
with the protection of the right authorities.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Whistleblowing. Whistleblowing. It's not. No. Whistleblowing has been explained exclusively by my gentle guests Edmund, Princess, Ruth, Veronica, and Priscilla. Thank you so much for doing this. I love it. Thank you. I've been so you've explained it very well to me. Now I know what to do in the future. I will whistleblow if you mess up with me. Thank
If
you.
you see something, say something.
Say something. Say something. Thank you so much. Welcome to the second session of the 5-Star Show. So we are here to delve more into the concepts of whistleblowing, and I have in here a new panel of guests that will talk to the issue, and they are
Deborah, Philomena, Sylvia, Eunice.
welcome to the show. And I hope very much that you give me much insights into whistleblowing.
Sure.
Thank you. So in this session, we are going to know about whistleblowing, more about whistleblowing, and then we'll find out about the ethical issues, the ethical safety and everything, the legalities, and then the legal dimensions, and then if whistleblowers are safe or not. So the first question, Miss Sylvia, is whistleblowing an act of bravery or disloyalty?
Well, thank you for giving me the chance.
You're welcome.
Okay, so whistleblowing, it can be an act of bravery and also an act of disloyalty. It depends on the act or the situation at hand.
Okay.
So it being bravery, I think for you to actually get up and go to a head of an organization or the head of the organization,
They are working with.
Actually go and
Disclose.
doing of something in organization, it actually entails a lot because you going is going to put a lot of people at stake. First of all, the person who is involved,
Okay.
and then if the person is a family member, the person has to take care of the family. So let's say you go and report and then they sack the person.
Oh my
the person
God.
can't feed the family.
So cruel.
So, and it's been an act of disloyalty. Let's say you go and say something that would tarnish the image of the organization. So it's the whole organization and the whole people in it. They are tarnishing the image. So it's an act of disloyalty. Maybe they are keeping it, maybe the organization is keeping the act in a private or something, and then you just go and
So with this one,
out to the company.
you are trying to say that when it comes to whistleblowing, we should just close our eyes and do it. Like,
Not necessarily. I'm saying it's an act of bravery and also an act of disloyalty. So
Okay.
it depends on the
so
situation at hand.
this is where the ethical issue comes in. It's clear cut. It's either you be brave and disloyal at the same time.
Well, I'd like to chip in something.
Okay.
I feel whistleblowing is more of bravery than the disloyalty because the act is wrongdoing.
Okay.
And we know what wrong is. It's something bad, right?
It's wrong.
So it's wrong. So for a whistleblower to go all in all, like all out, to report a wrongdoing in an organization, then the person is very brave because you are looking at the person's safety. You're looking at the person's safety. The person feels that I know that if I go out there to whistleblow, this is going to affect my employment or it's going to even affect my safety, which
Yeah.
is very bad. Talking from a utilitarianism perspective,
Okay.
where it considers the greatest good for the greater number, I feel it's not selfish or it's not disloyalty for you to say, oh, because I'm a whistleblower, I'm not loyal to my organization or someone I'm going to do so about. So I feel from that perspective, you are doing it for the greater good of the people in the organization.
Yes.
So you are doing it more for people, not for yourself. You get
Okay.
it? So I feel that whistleblowing is more of bravery and not of disloyalty.
So with this, the only person who will say you are disloyal is the organization or the person you are reporting.
Yes.
Yes, honestly, that's
So
the
far
only
as you're
thing.
not doing it for your selfish or your self-gain, and you're doing it for the organization, there's no way this is disloyalty.
So it
in as
just-
much as you want to be loyal to your organization, doesn't mean you should cover up any
The
of
wrongdoing, yes.
Yes, so it
Deborah.
just involves risking your personal repercussions to expose wrongdoings and misconduct. So it's just like making the organization or the sector in which you find yourself to be accountable and then transparent.
So that's it.
I beg to differ. I think that it's actually disloyal because you know that in ethics, code of ethics implies when you're in an organization, right?
Yes.
That is fact. So if your organization is saying that we are like this and like this, follow us like this, and then you find out there's something going on that you think that you're supposed to talk about, and then you go ahead and talk about, there's disloyalty there. Even if you are brave, there's still disloyalty there. So let's recognize the fact that it's actually an act of disloyalty.
Okay.
But it's more of bravery.
Yes. So
If I'm working with you, an organization, okay, and you're doing something that is going to harm me and then the people
around me, yeah.
organization, organization, why then do we have ethics to guide wrongdoings?
Yeah.
Ethics does not guide wrongdoings.
Does it always
right?
affect the whole people in the organization?
And even their publics.
Sometimes even affect the publics.
Yes, not just the organization.
Whistle for themselves. In most of the cases,
Yes,
the
they
scenarios
don't.
we have, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Most of them. If it does, and that's where the disloyalty. That's what I'm saying. If there is even disloyalty, an iota of disloyalty, but it's more of the bravery. You get it?
I shed a tear. Honestly, this is where deontology and utilitarianism are fighting. They are literally fighting. So utilitarianism is telling you that go for the greater good.
Yeah.
Do it, be brave. And what is deontology telling you? Be transparent. No, don't be transparent. You should be confidential.
And it's
Deontology is telling you to be confidential, right?
Yeah.
and it's
Loyalty to your organization.
rather than the outcomes.
Yes.
So it's looking at how moral the action is.
Yes, the action you are taking.
Consequences.
So literally, they are loggerheads at each other.
Yeah.
So who do we go for? Do we protect the image of the organization and be loyal to them, or we go out bravely and do what is right?
So honestly, when you come to the organization, it's just the organization. So most of the times you're supposed to go for the greater good. So if the action is really hurting or having
Doing more harm.
more harm to your public, they should be at your heart. So you should go for your publics instead of the
It depends on
organization.
the situation actually.
Okay, let's say the public also involves employees, right? Employees are also part of the public.
Yes, they are also part of the internal publics.
So if you are thinking about publics and greater good of everybody, what if whatever you are going to talk about affects the employees too?
The employee is just a sample of the
whole population of the publics.
Yes. So
Yeah.
since they are just a minority of the public, you should go for the greater good. Yeah.
Yes. And honestly, I don't think it really affects employees. What if someone is stealing money?
Yes.
The act is actually affecting the internal publics because they are not going to get their salaries adequately. The boss will come, oh, we are facing challenges with payments today, come back tomorrow, and it's just a bustle.
Yeah.
It's frustrating, so you should go all in. I think we should do that. So I want to know, how safe are whistleblowers? Are they safe? Eunice, are they safe? Are they safe?
This question, it entails a lot.
Okay.
You know, Ghana here, we have a law that protects whistleblowing. So we have the Whistleblowing Act 2006, which is Act 720, which protects the rights of the whistleblower. It gives them some kind of safety because, you know, as you whistleblow on someone or an organization or anybody, you have a fear of your safety because you feel that I've said something against someone because I'm saying the truth. So the person would definitely come back.
Yeah, the person will be
to
defensive, yes.
So there is act on this. There's a law to protect whistleblowers. But
Okay.
I think the question we should ask ourselves here is: do people really adhere to this law? That is the
Okay.
problem.
Yeah.
There are laws, no doubt, but do people adhere to them? So the problem is that even though the laws are working, but people still choose to put the law aside and
Yeah.
then deal with the whistleblower. For example, look at Anas.
Okay.
Even though Anas is a known whistleblower, he talks about he gives exposés on corruptions in the public sectors and all that. He can't even bring his face out there. Recently, I saw a post on social media that Anas is saying he can't live a normal life.
Yeah.
He can't.
With all this, he's scared for his, in as much as he knows he's doing the right thing, he's still scared. So there are laws, there are acts that protect them, but people adhering to those laws is the problem.
And one thing is, the people who are supposed to enforce that law are also being whistleblowed upon.
Yes.
They are also doing wrong things. So when you come out that, oh, I'm a whistleblower, yes, na me do am. Those who are supposed to protect you might actually
Be involved.
be involved in
That is the
implicating your safety. That's
So
true.
every organization and every society you find yourself, there are laws to guide every behavior we do as human beings.
Yes.
But you still get people to flout those rules. So it's a normal thing here. In fact, it's we've termed it as a new normal.
Our Ghana,
We are
yeah.
trying to get used to it, which is not supposed to be so.
It's not.
It's not supposed to be so at all.
But do you think most organizations know about whistleblowing? Do
They
you
do.
think
That's the-
people actually do it?
Yeah, that's another thing.
People do and not even know they are whistleblowing.
Or they are not being educated.
Yeah,
Probably.
they know, but they don't know the act that actually protects them.
That okay, when you do this and you come out, you tell your boss that this is what someone is doing, and then he punishes the person, and the person is coming for you. Run to the police. Do this, do that. So, are there institutions apart from the acts? Are there institutions that are supposed to protect whistleblowers?
Yeah.
The organization.
Aside the organization, I think external ones too.
Yeah.
The police are included.
Okay.
I think
The
courts.
yeah. You
The
can just take
courts.
the person to court.
So
You know
since
your rights.
I know
You take
there
the
are
person-
laws,
Yeah. You can
yes.
take the person to court.
Listen, since I know that there are laws on whistleblowing, and you are I feel my safety is. I feel I'm in danger.
Yeah.
You are threatening me. I can take you. I can sue you and take
You
you
take
to
it
court.
Yeah.
But the thing is, does this really work? That is the thing. People feel that me go court, or if I go to court, we'll just go round and round, and it's and
Yes.
people get to pay money, and that's it.
They get to
They
bribe.
don't even want to go.
Our-
They don't even want to.
Our system, the system isn't working.
Yeah. So I think that
when Anas revealed the ministers that were scrounging the money, they worked on it. Some people were
Yes.
taken off.
It
But
takes some processes to be.
Do you think that they actually did? In front of the world, they are out of their offices and the rest. But then they'll be given other jobs.
Do you think so?
And they'll practice that same thing that's at the new place.
So
You think so?
I think that with this case of whistleblowing, there should be more education. People should know where to go.
Okay.
And even before you whistleblow, you should know the consequences that comes with it, and then you should seek for advice, and then you know how to deal with the legalities when it comes through. So you just don't go and then give any information. So when it comes to the same whistleblowing, it's you, the whistleblower, who will decide whether you want to be anonymous or mentioned. So you should know the type of wrongdoing you are exposing.
Okay, the level,
Yes.
Yes.
For you to know whether you need to be anonymous or be revealed.
Yeah.
So
With what I don't know, sorry to chip this, but with what Deborah said, I think there are levels in the whistleblowing.
Okay.
To say it like that, because look at this American computer intelligence consultant, Edward Snowden. He had to flee for his life, and you know how Americans can be. He had to flee for his life to Russia for them to protect him because he has whistleblowed on the American government.
Okay.
See the intensity and the gravity of that kind of whistleblowing. So
Run away.
you can't compare, even in as much as they are all whistleblowing, you can't compare a normal organization whistleblowing to a public sector, like a government body.
Okay.
whistleblowing. I think there's gravity.
There's a-
in it. There are kind of
there are levels.
Yeah.
There are levels to
levels
it.
in this whistleblowing. So, with what Debbie said, it all boils down to education. Education. After I whistleblow, where am I supposed to go? Is my safety assured?
Where do
and
I
all
run
that?
to?
Good. All this, and if people are working towards safeguarding our whistleblowers, I think the country will be a good place to go.
Okay.
Anonymity. Do you think you can decide? I don't think you can decide on anonymity, because you can tell me that I shouldn't tell someone. I will decide if I want to tell someone this.
No, that also make you unprofessional.
Yeah.
If somebody disclose something confidentiality,
Confidentiality.
and then
And
you go out to mention the person, you are being unprofessional.
Yeah.
Can you hold me for that?
Yes.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Because
What
I
is-
believed in you. I trusted
So
you
what
to come and
is
tell
the
you.
evidence that you told me not to tell anyone I did?
Oh, that's one
I'm sure
thing.
it should be on record.
Yeah.
How is it going to
Where on record? Where?
Let's say you came into court that I'm a whistleblower, and then I told you, and you didn't do anything about it, and then let's say I go outside to tell the bigger organization that this is what my boss is doing, or my other boss is doing, and he didn't do anything about it, so I'm coming to tell you so that you can do something about it according to your laws. And then later he comes and he says that, oh yeah, you did this. You came to tell me, and I'm telling you that yeah, you did this. So now I'm telling you that I did it, but I don't share my identity and you go ahead to share my identity. Let's say when you have to, because sometimes someone can be under pressure and just say, yeah, this person told me. So how are we going to actually
And what
care?
also show
So
that
you shouldn't.
He's also the one who told you.
Yes. So you should
So
always
if you're
not.
having a record, then meaning basically you know say it's on that
think-
person that said it.
You
And
think
you
when
also
you're
there.
whistleblowing, we should record ourselves.
Or you should be more conscious
Yes.
about what you are
For
doing.
the person you are going
Well,
to.
yeah,
To-
I think
to tell,
there
yes.
should be a record for because you know this world. People change and people
Yes.
tell like
And
all that.
we
So
should-
if you're having a proof that I actually told you to keep it secret and then so if I'm taking you to court, at least I have something I'm standing on.
And we should actually take advantage of the new technology.
Yeah.
Lapel mics are there.
Yeah, you even need your smartphone on you, just put it in your pocket and just record. And
Yes.
have it. This is
Yeah.
like,
Evidence.
Without their permission, also be a
no,
crime.
this is a case that you are keeping it. What if the person
For your
goes
own
and then
safety.
says,
Says that. Yeah.
I recorded, so I have an evidence. So say whatever you want to say.
Yeah. So when I go out there and then I hear that you are the one who said it, I'll be like, when did I come to you that I said it? Okay, like
So you
to the whole organization, they'll be like, when did I come to you that I'm the one that said it? Then when it implicates me, I'll come back and then I'll sue you that you told me in confidentiality that you are not going to tell anyone. And then you've jeopardized my safety by showing my face to the world.
So
And I
to
feel
be on
that-
the safer side, I think both parties, okay, the person whistleblowing and the person taking that information should have a record of what they are saying to
Or
each
maybe
other.
sign of
Yeah.
contract or something.
Yes, something to
Because
prove that
anything can
this
change.
happened.
Anything
Yes.
can change. People
Okay.
don't tell lies and all that.
Yeah.
You need proof because why would I be there? I'll come and tell you something, you go and say it. Then I'm telling you that don't say it, then you go and mention my name. Later I said it.
So
You need a proof for everything.
what are the legal steps that you should take as a whistleblower before going out there? Should a whistleblower seek legal actions, as in like seek legal advice from lawyers and coroners before going out there?
So from what I read, I think that they can also speak to people who have done it before.
Okay.
So they can advise you, okay, I did this way, so you can take this pattern. So let's say I tell you that I have done it before. Before I did it, I read about it. I know that there are laws in place that guides me in that direction. So then I go according to that, and then I know what I am doing, and the outcome I'm going to get from that. So then you are protected. You know that, okay, if I do this and this is what I'm going to get from it. So let's say if you talk about like the company scenario, your company is doing something, someone steals something, you know it's your manager who stole the money, and then you go ahead to tell the one who is in charge of that department that okay, this is what this person is doing, and then this person doesn't do anything about it. So you're like, okay, then let me go and talk to someone who knows something in line with this person, because I want to actually do something to change this night.
But should you talk to someone first?
Yeah.
Who's a whistleblower?
Ask for
You don't
advice.
know.
But how would you know that that person was a
I
whistleblower?
need to ask that question.
How
How would you know that
That person was a whistleblower.
Okay, so it's not in every circumstance that the whistleblower is anonymous. So there are some people you know that this person some time
You
ago
want, yeah.
he blew a whistle on an issue and that. So you can make reference to that person too.
But how do you
Okay,
get
so
in
I'm
contact with
thinking-
that person?
I'm
Yeah.
thinking that what if the police is always there for our safety? So what if you just go to the police and say, police, I'm going to do this. I need your protection. Kind of.
You
And
just can't go to the police. So what if
The police is also in sync with,
person
yes.
is involved in that action?
Yes.
So you do not
What you
know.
gonna
So
do?
it's just that you need to go to the authority, the right authority.
Yes.
That could protect.
And then you seek legal advice before
the
going.
police is also there. The police is also
It's
a
also a
right.
right authority.
Yeah.
So basically, I think that for a whistleblower to, take certain steps before they whistleblow, I think they should make more research. One,
Yes.
and then talk to someone who is into legal.
Yeah.
Yes. So consult people who are into this legal issues and all that. You don't have to tell them, oh, I'm going to whistleblow, so I want you to guide me.
Yeah, you don't have to
I think
blow
you
the
should-
trumpet.
You should just ask a general question. Oh, so what does the law say about whistleblowers? And so if someone whistleblow, is their safety assured? So what then happens to those who whistleblow? What does the law say about this and that? I think if you ask a general question about this, without the person knowing that you want to go and do this act, then you'll be on on a safer side rather than
And-
saying that, oh, I want to be so blue. Now, I don't know if there's a law that will protect me. No, if you do that, all eyes will be on you. Even be, in fact, that is the most dangerous thing to do.
And you know,
And I feel
when you go to the person and you're like, what do you think about whistleblowing in the West? The person can actually trick the question and ask you, so are you also going to whistleblow?
what if
Yeah.
you go to the organization? I think every organization has a rule or something. What if you just go to the organization and just ask for maybe their rules or something? Then reach you and then find if there's actually a law
Okay,
that protects
so
whistleblowing.
that falls under research.
Yeah.
But if
So
you
in
go
the
straight
organization, no, like there is a book that has the laws.
Yeah, like a
Yes,
handbook.
so you take the book. Definitely, there's going to be every law that governs the
But people still
organization.
need people to guide them understand the law. You know, it's different when you read the law.
And you think
But
people
it's
actually
different when you
Yes.
actually
know what
understand.
what they're even doing. Is
There are
impossible.
clauses and subsections in the law that we don't even understand. Yes.
Some people even don't know that what they even do is they feel maybe they are going to gossip or
Yes,
maybe they are going
yeah.
to shoot someone.
They don't know that it's actually whistleblowing.
Saying that
Yes.
there are a lot of whistleblowers in our society today, but they don't even know the act they are doing is whistleblowing. So because people haven't
That's
come out to say
education.
I'm a whistleblower, we don't know them, but there are
Yes.
a lot of them. Even in our midst, we might not know. When you do something wrong and someone goes to tell an authority, that is whistleblowing.
Yeah.
So
So
I think it's all about education. Just educate.
it all boils down to the
all the
education. Be
organizations have
aware.
education and protection.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you
And
can't
then
just
the law should
educate and
also-
then
the
leave
law
out
should
their
also, like, lawyers
safety.
they should come out and then teach people what the law is about. They should talk about things like that.
Okay,
But
so
they have their laws in their hands, so they can actually tell you. But
Explain
because
better.
I can't go and take the
Constitution.
and read everything.
but you see,
not a lawyer.
since we have sections and acts in the Constitution, there should be a body. There should be a body that focuses specifically on whistleblowing.
I think that's what they ask.
That way, yeah. So that way,
Constitution, do you know that? It's a different because
Well,
I was trying to check in the Constitution.
even though
Actually,
it's separate, but it's
Fine,
still
fine,
under it.
and that way, the body would exclusively deal with whistleblowing and educate people that, see, when you notice someone doing wrong, come to us, we will protect you. Or we shouldn't limit it to the police. We should know that this body is working with the law. So if they take bribes from the organization that we are reporting, like I'm reporting an organization and then you take bribe from my organization to implicate my safety, I can take you on. That you've done this. I came to you, you are a body brought up by the Constitution of Ghana to protect whistleblowers, and then I came to you and after that you are implicating my safety. That's wrong.
So to crown it all, yes, there are laws. It is stated there are laws, but whistleblowers are not entirely safe. In as much as I know something is going to protect me, I still feel that no, I also need to do something on my part
Yes.
to make sure I'm safe. I'm more safe. So yes, laws protect we whistleblowers, but to be entirely safe, it's a question mark.
Okay, so here it is. There's a documentary about the example you gave earlier about what's his name again? Sorry, Edmund.
American.
Yes, the American man.
Edward Snowden.
Edward Snowden. So there's actually a documentary about him working with the American Security Agency, and what they were doing is that they were tapping into people's privacy, watching what they were doing at their homes, workplaces and other stuff. And this man found out because he was working there, so he actually whistleblowed, he planned everything and ran away to Russia, and he was actually protected by the Russian government because what the American government was doing was wrong. So I would recommend that we should watch that documentary, and then we'll find out more and have insights about what it entails and what you should do, like prepare, plan before you blow the whistle.
And the fact that he told them, he made them aware that
Okay.
this is unethical, but they still feel because you are just a worker with us, what do you know? So I'm sure that's the reason why he told me, no, I can't be unethical working with someone who is supposed to protect
The people.
the people you are doing otherwise. So.
Okay.
So that's why it's always necessary to make sure you exhaust the how do I even say it,
The necessary, all the necessaries,
necessary
yes.
steps in the organization before you go out of the organization to expose whatever wrongdoing it's going on.
So to wrap it all up, you are protected, although it's not entirely because of our government systems and the rest in the country, but then you are protected. And so whistle, blow the whistle when you notice that there's a wrongdoing in your society. You should blow the whistle because it's an ethical issue. So as a professional, you should always try to look out for all the good things that should be done in society and blow the whistle about the wrong ones. So this is a quote from Edmund Burke, and he's saying that the only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. When you do something, evil would not triumph. So that's what Edmund Burke is saying to wrap it all up. Thank you for joining us on this session, and I hope to see you once again, and blow the whistle when there's something wrong going on. Thank you.